Okay, so here we are again. I know a little bit of time has passed, and that is oh, probably the number one thing in this game is your time. So 10:14. Typically, when you're in base, time will slow down a little bit, but when you're out in the radius doing that exact mission, the Total Recall mission, finding the yellow film, higher enemy density, the time in the zone will go faster. So typically, that's why when I go to my little container base, I'm always looking to take on like as many missions like in this space as possible. Now, of course, if you remember from last time, this was the only mission, but also we need to remember that we are going out at night. Now, the good news is we have over 5 days. 5 days, 16 hours, 43 minutes. That's a lot of time in this game to do anything. So we have the time to do the mission. So what I would like to do is spend a little bit more time clearing the zone, because what that means is the enemies will, uh, with exception of like mission spawn and uh, different. Ugh, that didn't sound so good. Different mission criteria. The enemy that will naturally spawn will be gone. So it is in our best interest to get out there and push forward and take these guys out. So again, what I will do now, again, this is definitely a personal preference. Let's see if I can get this flashlight down. There you go. Get that flashlight, beside that documentation on that grenade. Is this first segment, you you don't need to use a lot of ammo, and you in doing that, you're saving ammo for later, you're making less noise, but what you will do is you will be using your knives. Now I have two perfect condition knives. I know I have a few stacked knives. I know I have my emergency flashlight. Again, if I move into this flashlight, again, you can sort your backpack any way you want. You can do anything you want. There is no right or wrong answer. But what I would like to do is just show you like the mechanics and show you the options. So even for example, I could take this knife off. I could put this flashlight on. Turn that flashlight on. As equal as this is. Flashlight on, flashlight off, flashlight on, connected. And there's a whole write-up about grenades, and we're not going to touch that right now. Not yet, anyway. Again, I'm going to walk away from my backpack. It will automatically return to me. But now, look at me. Look what I have. Oh, I just got like a boundary warning. You can see that my flashlight is on or off or on or off. Now the enemies can see that as well. Enemies can see your flashlight. Enemies can see if your arm flashlight is on. This one, you know, attach it to your arm. That's still on. That's lighting up the back of you. So that's off. And I like to store that. And I like to pull out a knife. Now hopefully the reasons for that will become clear. Again, I am a total noob that has played through the games a couple times. But if this is your first playthrough, I want you to know what it's like going out into the radius. It's dark, and we have a mission. So how do we get there? Good question. If you can see what I see, you can rotate your right thumbstick and you can line up. Yeah, that's easy, right? A straight line. You to the objective. Let's put that away and let's put that to the test. And we're gonna sprint because it's nighttime and I don't trust anything. Now I'm hearing noises. I'm hearing noises. I see anomalies. I'm seeing yellow on my wristwatch. Now what I want to do is minimize any contact with enemies. Now typically I would do that by crouching. And there was one right there. Now this is an easy one because they will pause for a second before jumping. So if I can put myself between something. Now that's not really a good example because there was no light on it. But that's an example of how enemies can attack you in the dark. So I didn't really take any health hits. My blue is still full. But again, if I sprint, you're gonna see my blue turn yellow. Now essentially that is, oh, we have a contact. We have a sound. And there it is. These guys. With a knife, I can run straight into them. With the light on now, I'm now attracting enemies. Over time, my red will go down if I get hit crouch down. I don't think I have any lights on me, do I? Oh, no. On off. My red will go down if I'm hit by enemy contact, enemy fire, anomalies. You know, it's all environmental. This is clearly PvE, very solo. You know, sometimes I like to have a military history Q&A on in the background, but what you will see over time is your blue slowly be affected by yellow. Now we can counteract that. By snacking, by food. But that will be a persistent factor in your entire playthrough, is red going down, blue turning into yellow, but also blue going down. Because again, what I can do right now, because I have full blue, instead of sneaking, okay, there's that, there's that button again. Now luckily I have no light on me, but what I can do is a full sprint. Now there is for sure enemies around here. I can hear them. They are present. And some of them are armed. That would be an example right there. Just got a quest battery low warning. That would typically be 25%, so I feel like I have my normal 30 minutes with you guys, but let's find out. Is my safety on? Safety is off. Flashlight over everybody. There's an enemy right there. Again, my knives are sadly useless against him. But what I'm trying to protect myself against is the armed enemies, because I don't know if they can come up here. I don't know if they can reach me. I hope not. Dump that mag, grab the mag, try and get that shot, because again, oh. Yeah. Typically on those enemies, I would use a knife. Now remember, I'm playing on easy difficulty. If this was a higher difficulty, you would be most likely fighting for your life. And there is a reason for that. Let's see if I can... Well, let's just go like full tactical, I guess. You know, like full on. There you go. There you go. That guy is gonna need a couple hits. And there it is. There it is. So that enemy spawned through an electric field, and there is a reason for that. Okay, here we go. There is a electronic, maybe like an electronic buzz you can hear in the distance. Alright, well, I might not be doing the best job, but what I will do is keep that weapon loaded. Keep that chest rig. Keep that chest rig going. And I will stand by on the second pistol and the second flashlight. We will get there. It just might take a couple extra steps. What I am doing is going to a location on the map. Now again, it's hard to see. Now luckily for us, we're safe up here. But if you start down here, you go up and around, you know, there's safe houses, alternate routes, this. If you're in this major area, what we are doing is I'm on this grid. Let's call it G6. There are certain, I guess we'll call them environmental weapons. Five out of eight on a shitty mag. I'll take it. So this is an example of a good starting location because there's a mission here. Yeah, see that? That's no problem. That's cool. We can keep spawning enemies because that's how we learn. But what I want to do is I want to get this weapon because this will always be here. Holster that. And ran too deep. totally just dropped a mag. It's not important. What's surviving is important. Now, you heard that buzzing noise? That's how we are going to stop the random spawning of the enemies. Now you can hear the detector going off because it is a it is an anomaly, and there it is, and that's it. Yeah, you just quite simply have to destroy yeah. So here, there's the key, is another flashlight. So you quite simply have to destroy that anomaly. Like that buzzing black anomaly. It will show up on your detector, and it will drop a shard, which has some value, if I recall. And that will stop the respawn of enemies in the area. Now, what we really need to watch out for, and I mean really, is these black grasses. They are very dangerous, very deadly. Again, to the point where I see there's some loot here. I see there's a toothbrush, yet I'm already a +1 on the toothbrush. I don't feel like risking it. Yeah, that being said, Red Bull. Red Bull is good. Lighters are trash. That's cool. Yeah, light will knock them down. If you want to get real fancy, get yourself lined up, get like your vision, tweak your left hand. Oh, hold on. It's easier if there's no shadows. Yeah, tweak your belt. Yeah, close enough. But yeah, you can put one on in your left belt. Again, remembering every item you carry on you bears weight. whether it's in your hands or in your bag. So there is no penalty, no punishment there. But again, something to always be aware of is your ammo. I have a 4 out of 8, so that's 4 plus 1 is 5. Assuming all these mags are full. Oh. Oh, shit. Okay, got a little just disoriented there, but we still have them. There is a full mag. Full pistol. A little bit of yellow. Again, if I want to get rid of yellow, eat a snack. It's gone. If I want to get rid of the negative reds, quick health pack. That'll boost it real quick. Again, I think the biggest part of this is going out at night and really not being able to see. But at the same time, if you add light to yourself, you do become more visible. So just be aware of that. Stash the flashlights. I think I can actually get out this way. Yeah, a couple of cigarettes. Ain't no thing. Dealing with any easy enemy that is approaching you in this first map, we can do with knives. But what we need to watch out for is these guys. The mimic policeman.
My father was a truck driver. He'd be away for long periods of time on inner city routes. I wish he'd been away when the event happened, but it was right around his birthday. We still had unfinished cake in the fridge. Napoleon, his favorite. He taught me to drive when I was very young. We had a lot of fun. My father was the silent type that didn't spend much time
Once more.
but driving was something he could share with me. Though we didn't know when or how I'd get a car of my own. I was really looking forward to that day. The freedom. And what do I have to look forward to now? You might be my only hope. No pressure.
Well, that's embarrassing. Good thing I have lots of health. So yeah, if I can't get it on this next try, I'll just rush the mission. Because it's really completing the missions that's going to open up the opportunity. Wow, really? Well, at least you'll know what to look for. Because again, like being in the radius is really about managing your health, your stamina, and your hunger. And again, at the same time, if we look at these knives, they've got some use. So there's the, depreciation. Now I hear that enemy. This is all stuff we can use later. Now again, if I reference my guide, there is only one mission. So there's really not, you know, there's not a lot of directions I can go in. And that right there is the mission timer. So I will have to champion the radius at this time. Well, yeah, 8:44 in the morning. And come back to it. Come back to it again.